Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. You are listening to Pattaya Info, a calm, clear, and responsible local news update. Our goal is to inform, to explain, and to present verified developments from Pattaya, Chonburi, and surrounding areas of Thailand. We focus on confirmed reports, public safety developments, community activity, and events that may affect both residents and visitors. Please take a moment, slow down, and stay with us as we guide you through today's confirmed reports. Police in Pattaya have successfully rescued 2 foreign tourists following a violent kidnapping and ransom attempt that unfolded in the early hours of February 7, 2026. According to investigators, the victims, 2 men from India, were taken against their will by a group of individuals believed to be known to them. Authorities say the suspects allegedly demanded a large ransom from the victim's family, an amount estimated at more than 6 million Indian rupees, equivalent to roughly 2 million Thai baht. The case began to unfold when relatives of the victims became alarmed and sought help through community contacts. Information was then passed to local authorities in Chonburi, allowing investigators to begin verifying details and planning a response. Police worked together with immigration officers and investigators to confirm the location where the victims were believed to be held. The operation required careful planning, as officers needed to ensure the safety of the hostages before moving in. A controlled entry strategy was used. Once access to the condominium unit was gained, officers moved quickly to secure the area. Inside, the 2 victims were located and safely freed. Both men showed signs of having been physically assaulted and restrained during their captivity. They were later transferred for medical evaluation and further questioning. 4 suspects were detained at the scene. Another individual, believed to have played a leading role in the crime, managed to leave before officers arrived and is currently being sought by authorities. Police confirmed that those arrested are facing serious charges related to unlawful detention and conspiracy to demand ransom. Investigators say the case remains active as officers continue gathering evidence and working to locate additional suspects. Officials emphasized that Pattaya receives millions of visitors each year. Maintaining safety and public confidence remains a major priority for law enforcement and local authorities. In another incident now under investigation, a young foreign visitor was seriously injured after falling from a hotel building in Pattaya in the early hours of February 8th. Emergency services were alerted shortly after 3 o'clock in the morning. Rescue teams and police responded to a hotel in the Naklur area, where a 22-year-old Chinese national was found on the ground with severe injuries. First responders provided immediate assistance at the scene. The injured man was then transported urgently to hospital for advanced medical treatment. His condition was later reported to be critical. Witnesses at the scene reported that a group of individuals who identified themselves as friends of the injured man were present. Some members of the group reportedly attempted to prevent journalists and others from approaching the area. Hotel staff later intervened to calm the situation and restore order. Investigators examining the location noted details that raised further questions about how the fall occurred. Protective metal barriers were installed on the balcony, which made the circumstances surrounding the fall unclear. Police have begun reviewing surveillance footage from inside and around the hotel. Officers are also gathering statements from witnesses and hotel employees. Authorities say it is too early to determine whether the fall resulted from an accident or whether other factors may have been involved. They have stated that a full and careful investigation will be carried out in order to establish the exact sequence of events. Meanwhile, another serious incident in Pattaya has drawn attention to ongoing road safety concerns, particularly along major routes where traffic remains heavy throughout the day and evening. A pedestrian was critically injured after being struck by a car on Sukhumvit Road during the evening of February 7th. Rescue services were notified shortly after 7:30 in the evening and arrived to find a damaged passenger vehicle stopped at the scene. The injured man, aged 50, had become trapped underneath the vehicle following the impact. Rescue workers coordinated with bystanders to carefully lift the car and free him. Emergency responders then performed life-saving measures before transporting him urgently to hospital. Witnesses described a tense and urgent atmosphere as rescue teams worked to reach the victim as quickly as possible. Traffic in the area slowed significantly while emergency operations were underway. The driver remained at the scene and cooperated with authorities. He told investigators that the pedestrian had suddenly entered the roadway, leaving little time to react. Police documented the scene and are reviewing nearby CCTV footage to better understand how the collision occurred. Officials have not yet announced whether any legal action will be taken, pending the results of the investigation. Incidents of this kind serve as an important reminder of the risks faced by pedestrians and drivers alike. Authorities continue to encourage caution, particularly in busy areas where visibility and reaction time may be limited. And finally, concerns about congestion and public safety have once again been raised in one of Pattaya's busiest entertainment areas. Observers visiting Soi 6 in central Pattaya reported significant crowding and restricted movement along the narrow street during late evening hours. Heavy foot traffic is common in the area, particularly at night, as both residents and tourists move between venues and businesses. However, the situation was made more difficult by a large number of street vendors operating along both sides of the road. Stalls and carts placed close to the roadway reduced available space for vehicles and pedestrians, creating bottlenecks and slowing movement through the area. Visitors reported that navigating the street had become increasingly difficult, especially during peak hours when the number of people is at its highest. Some observers also expressed concern that overcrowding could make it more difficult for emergency vehicles to reach the area quickly if needed. Local residents and business operators say the issue has been ongoing for some time. They note that enforcement efforts have occasionally been carried out, but often only after complaints are made. Calls have been made for clearer organization of vending areas and more consistent regulation. Supporters of these measures say improved planning could help maintain safety, improve traffic flow, and preserve Pattaya's image as a welcoming destination for visitors from around the world. City officials and relevant agencies have acknowledged that managing busy tourist areas requires balancing economic activity with public order and safety. Discussions on long-term solutions are expected to continue. These were the latest confirmed developments from Pattaya and surrounding areas. We will continue to follow these stories and provide updates as more verified information becomes available. Thank you for watching Pattaya Info, and thank you for taking the time to stay informed. Please stay safe, take care of one another, and thank you for watching.